Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back to another patch notes review. Today we have patch 7.17, the one with on. So let's get right into it. Welcome to a new patch, team! Exclamation point. Continuing recent trends, 7.17 is light on the balance front, but you'd be hard pressed to call this patch small, considering everything else going on. Ornn's emerging from centuries of solitude, sort of. He's a top laner. I get what they did there. And 5 new Star Guardians hit the Valorant Park. Oh yeah, we have to talk about that too. Fuck. Sit tight for Invasion League's latest game mode. This patch also brings a sweet improvement to item sets. You can pre-select which slots your items go in when you pick them up. Oh, that's actually really fucking good. Quick housekeeping. 7.17 is going to be a longer patch than usual, so tack some extra days onto your expectations around the usual during this patch-esque. Comments below. Okay, so that means like Ornn might release later on, so that's fine. Champions, Ornn, look at him, he's a Thunderlord. Anyway, so Ornn, I guess I'll talk briefly about him. He looks really cool. He brings a whole new type of CC to the game, which is brittle, which increases other CCs. And he can create his own items and buff his teammates' items, so... It depends how he scales and how much damage he does, but I think no matter what, he's going to be a good addition to the team because he's a healthy CC tank who buffs his team. So, even if he doesn't do the greatest amount of damage, I still think he's going to be pretty good on launch. And he looks pretty fun. His kit, you know, synergizes really well with some people, and he can destroy Azir wall, so that's good. Maybe now that they're going to rework Azir, Azir's going to become OP, and then he's going to be the hard counter to Azir wall. Because you can't stream a shuffle then, you know, if you ease it. Anyway, Draven. So, let's talk about the Draven. Draven, I feel, is one of the best ADs. In Season 4, if you were... Because that's when I started around Season 4. In Season 4, it was globally known. If you were a good Draven, you won. You just won. If you can win lane, you won the game. If you were a good Draven, you win. They kind of buffed other ADs, slash nerfed some AD items, slash buffed some AD items to make Draven okay. But now people rush lifesteal on him, and, you know, if you know how to Draven and you have a semi-decent support, you win the laning phase because it's Draven. He should win every laning phase. And at that point, the other AD is so behind, they either can't get to their late, or you just win the game, you know, too early. So, I think Draven needs some nerfs. Now, what they nerfed about him was he lost more adoration stacks on death, and the base gold for killing a champion was reduced by half, so by like 25. So what does this mean? Overall, you're going to get less gold, and it's going to be bad for you to die. But if you don't die, the only thing you're losing out on is 25 gold, because the stacks aren't changed. The more adoration stacks you get, the more gold you get. So 25 gold isn't that big a hit, and Draven's passive, it helps him snowball, yeah, but that's not the issue with him. I mean, it definitely helps his snowball potential down. I mean, 25 gold, yeah, cool. But, like, is it really that big a deal? No, I think he needs more nerfs. So, wait, what did they write anyway? Promise them because stuff from scaling into mid and late game if they shut him down early. Draven must leave lane with more levels and items than opponents if he wants to be useful in team fights. That is kind of true. At present, because late game Draven kind of falls off because he can't catch his axes reliably, because it's a team fight, it's hard. So, unless teams chain gank the Gliss execution into the dirt, a stray death here or there just isn't enough to stop Draven's bankroll. So yeah, they're basically nerfing it so if you die, you're just not going to be as ahead as you would have been. Which I guess is good. I think they need to nerf his damage amounts, though. Oh, as a little side note, I'm adding some nice classical music to these episodes. If you like it, tell me. Or not. I'm lonely. I need someone to talk to me in the comments. When people leave comments on my video, I actually get really happy. Because I try and respond to all of them, and if I don't respond to all of them, I damn well look at all of them. So, there's that. Anyway, let's get back to the patch notes. Ezreal. Q ratio increase. So, Ezreal, I think currently, let me actually check to make sure. Hold on. Let me check on the site. But I think he has the lowest win rate of any AD. Let me check. ADC. Where's the worst? How do I check the worst? Oh, wait, here we go. Here's the worst. Yeah, the lowest win rate AD is Ezreal. Like, he just dropped off the face of the earth. And the reason that is because, again, they're buffing other AD items he doesn't use. Ezreal doesn't build traditional AD. He builds Manamune, he builds Blade. I mean, Blade, isn't really a traditional AD item, but he builds Manamune. They buffed Static, I think. They buffed Rapid Fire, too, because they stack off each other now. And they proc each other. Rapid Fire charges energize attacks faster. Anyway, basically, Ezreal, the main problem with him is his W is useless. His Q doesn't do enough because it doesn't crit. And he is safe, but you don't bring enough damage to the team fight. Anyway, let's see what they say. So they increased his Q ratio, so any AD you do get is going to make you hit harder. I think that's pretty alright. I don't think it's enough, but I think they really just need to rework the W or the passive. The passive's not that bad because you do auto on Ezreal, but you don't get crit, which means the autos don't really do much. Manamune only helps so much. Anyway, considering the current Enchanter meta in bot lane, it's understood why Ezreal isn't excelling. Yeah, he's the lowest win rate. Whenever he manages to poke, he's quickly countered by either a shield or a heal. Oh yeah, it's the fucking meta of Janna, so great. We look for space to give Ez a chance to do things to make us Mahu. Mahu means magical. Oh my god. Due to his long range, low cooldown, low mana cost on Mystic Shot, Ez gets to harass people during early laning phase. As the game progresses and his enemy's abilities come online, he becomes less of a threat. He doesn't do that much late. Ezreal's itemization factors into this well. His unique item power spike comes when his tier is fully stacked and his Muramana is complete. Usually around the same time he finishes Trinity, meaning the two combine into one huge damage boost. So we're letting him capitalize harder. Okay. I don't know how well that's going to help his late game, but change his W. Hecka Wig. E no longer ticks down during R's charge. R fear duration now scales with distance traveled. So that's, I guess, a buff. Duration no longer ticks down during onslaught. Oh, yeah, that is a buff. So basically, as you're R'ing, the E doesn't run out. And the R has kind of nerf... It's actually a buff. Because if you travel the full distance, it's actually better. It's worst if you just shotgun it. So they're kind of giving it the Jinx ult treatment. You can't shotgun it. You're incentivized to do it the full duration. I think Hecarim is still a really good jungler. He's always been a good jungler. As Dom would say, he's one of the junglers he believes he can carry with. So, buffs to Hecarim. Good. I don't think he's out of control. So, they're giving a fucking horse treat to Hecarim players. I was going to say a bone, but it's not Warwick. Leona, why are you mid? Alright, passive marks. Oh, wait, let me talk about Leona. Leona is good in low elos, bad in high elos, because I actually don't know why. I'm going to make an assumption. Now, keep in mind, these patch notes are just my opinion on everything, so my opinion could be really wrong because I'm an idiot, but I think Leona's bad because she goes in and then she just doesn't get out. Where I remember QD was saying, why would you pick Leona when you could pick Rakan, where Rakan's a hard engage and can get out, and gives a shield to the AD. He does what Leona does, but better. So let's see. Passive mark expires faster but deals more damage when procced. Q cooldown decrease their early ranks. I guess that's okay. Increase their rank 5. Passive. So they're reducing the passive by a lot, actually. Wow. So they really want you to proc it right when you go in, but it's going to do a lot more damage. Not a lot more damage, like 5 base. That's okay. And the cooldown is lowered to... Wait, that's actually huge. The Q is huge. Early trades with, like, immobile ADs, this will let you, like, Q them maybe a second time before they could get under their tower if you're chasing them. That's actually really good to help her out. Will it put her in the meta? No, because why not just pick Rakan, but... And even with Rakan, you could CC both the support and the AD. Her, you can only grab one, unless you ult. And even then, Rakan's just better, but this helps her. I don't think it's enough. But, hey, Leona thrives in low elo, so... Not every champ needs to be good, especially in high elo, so I don't mind this. Because Leona's a tanky bitch. I fucking hate her. Anyway, La Maokai. Passive can no longer proc off wards. Straight nerf. Okay. Urgot. I read these changed on the PB already. They're actually really good. But, okay, let me just read them and then I'll say what I think is the problem with Urgot. The Urgot. The R slow duration and reactivation window increased. W lockout after failing to hit a champion with E reduced. W locked on debuff now refreshes with W hits. Oh, wait, that's actually fucking amazing. The buff dude with the 6 shotgun news is struggling a little. Hell yeah, he is. And I'll explain why. Somehow we're allowing Urgot more time to drop his prey beyond fear's death execution, making the meat grinder that follows him more reliable. Spectacle, fixing some bugs. Okay, W. Purge now refreshes the duration of the lock-on debuff, preventing cases where Urgot would switch targets partway through Purge's duration. That is probably the biggest change here. That is the best change. Because the worst feeling you'd have is you'd Q, right? Then you W, and because the W doesn't refresh it, you just start Wing a minion or a ward and you lose almost all your damage. Unless you shotgun them, which realistically that's where most of Urgot's damage comes from. The W's alright, like it's good to hit it, but the meat of your damage is from the shotguns. But hey, every little bit matters. So the E. If Urgot casts Disdain during Purge but fails to toss a champion, Purge will now resume firing for the remainder of the duration, a bit earlier than before. That's just the straight buff, that's fine. And then the R lasts 1 more second. So you have a little bit more time when you put the R in them to either get them low enough or just watch them, like, I don't know, be scared to die. So here's the problem I think with Urgot. And this is just a general issue they have with, I guess, champ diversity. A lot of, like, tanky or juggernautish, like, top lane-ish people have a movement ability like Urgot's with their E. For instance, Ornn is coming out right now. His E is literally a charge. Who else's E is a charge? Fucking... Well, Urgot's obviously. Fuck, now that I'm saying it, I can't name it. But I feel, and that's what only matters, as if a lot of people have, like, a charge on their E. Which I think, does anyone else have one? It doesn't matter. Anyway, they wanted to make Urgot's different, not just like, you know, another standard copy and paste charge that's a flip, which is kind of similar to Volibear's Q. So I feel like they made it really peepee range, which doesn't make sense to me. He has 6 robotic fucking spider legs, and they can't push him more than like 2 feet in front of him. Are you kidding me? Are you, like, really? So I think the best buff they could do to him after that W change, and don't get me wrong, the ult's a good change too. I think the best buff they could give him is increase the damn range on the E. Like, if you increase the range on the E, apart from these little, like, bug fixes, he's fine. Just increase the damn range on the E. Because if anything, he's putting himself out of position to do it. Because I guarantee you in a team fight, that's going to fuck him up. It's like his old ult. He literally puts himself in there and not even puts the enemy displaced. He just, like, you know, drops him over him. If you want that, you could do Volibear Q, which gives you move speed anyway, and can be used as an escape. If you try and escape with the E, you're fucked, because it's tiny. If you try and chase with the E, you're fucked, because it's tiny. If you try and grab someone with the E, if they're not mobile, you might hit them. If they are mobile, forget about it. Buff the E. That's what I have to say about Urgot. Z. Base attack speed increased, W shadow duration increased. I don't think the base attack speed matters. The W shadow duration is actually really big, because the W shadow duration is... Actually, let me rephrase that. The W is Zed's... apart from his ult shadow, his R shadow, the W shadow is the main thing of his kit. So to have that up for a half a second longer means you have longer to, like, either go back to it, do a flashy play, Q, E. It gives you so many more options. I think this is a very good buff to him. But if you want me to be honest, I think the change they did long ago with the R was fucking stupid. If you go against an all AP team, the old W is better. If you go up against Jhin, this R is better. That's basically it. Like, it's good that you gain extra AD, but if you're versing a mid lane mage anyway, they're not building AD. You can't steal it. So the old W, which was you gain passive AD, was good because you maxed it last anyway. But anyway, Zed could be a little bit stronger right now, but we do believe his burst damage is a pretty sweet spot. That's why they didn't buff his damage. His damage is, I think, fine a little bit if he ults the right person. We're giving the Master of Shadows more opportunities to outmaneuver his opponents to use Living Shadow. Yeah, they're giving him more opportunities, basically. Blood push and 5 more ways to use his ability more aggressively. That's fine. Okay, so straight buff to Zed. Ardent Sensor. The item that makes the whole bot lane broken. And it's the support item, too. It's not even an AD item. Attack speed buff and health drain buff decreased. So they reduced the attack speed buff late game, but they buffed it early. And You know, I think this is fine for the item, honestly. The Ardent Sensor is fine now. I think they might need to nerf Jen a little bit more with the support item, but if they touch Ardent Sensor after this, I think it's just going to be fucking useless. Because 35 health and 35% attack speed, that's a little crazy. That's like what? A Cogmaw Q? And then 35 per hit. I forgot like how much gold efficiency it was, but I remember seeing on the Korean channel, the YouTube channel, they said Ardent Sensor basically gives you like 20% lifesteal with the 35 on hit like health gain. So good to see it nerfed. I think supports need to be nerfed a little bit, not the item anymore. I think the item's fine now. Gargoyle Stoneplate. I don't want to read that whole thing. It's just bug fixes. Wait, what did they fix? Stoneplate's introduction. Okay, maybe I do need to read it. Need to clip a few problems. Stick on for long term. Oh, so they fixed it with Cinder Hulk. Okay. Wait. Okay. Alright, so they just bug fixed it because the way Cinder Hulk works is Cinder Hulk takes your health and then kind of adds on to it. It's like the health version of Rabadon's. It takes however much you have and then gives you a percentage more of it. So I guess there was like a little mathematical error in the way it was calculating it. I was giving you more than intended when you had Cinder Hulk and popped Stoneplate. So they're just fixing that. That's good. So for item slots, you could basically wait, let me see. Yeah, items can be assigned to specific item slots. That's good. So this is one for everyone who's ever tried to Zanyas by spamming Boots of Speed. Feature of items under collection. Okay. Click me. Grid icon. Clicking the grid icon. Okay. Multiple items can be assigned to the same preferred slot, but each item can only be assigned to one preferred slot. Okay. How accommodating. Inventory will automatically shift. That's really good. You're still free to rearrange your inventory however you want. See, I love when Riot puts changes like this. They just put quality of life, like, up to the player changes. We need more of those. I'm really glad they put this in. Honor. Sometimes you just want to keep rolling into your next game. So if you want to get more honors after you bail from end of game screen, you'll get a notification. That's amazing. Because I wait sometimes, and then I miss the honors, and I don't know if I'm honored. And then I curse out my teammates either way. Okay. Rotating game modes, Hunt of the Blood Moon. That's cool. It's a shame that Earth is leaving. Available if you own the champion, free to play. Okay. So they're adding a lot more champions now. Holy shit. Upcoming events. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's talk about this. So the Star Guardian skins. I love all of them. I think they're really fucking good. I personally don't like the Star Guardian line too much, but I can, say if a good skin is good. Like, if there's a good skin there, there's a good skin. And these are good skins. Now, I question why Ezreal needed another one. And, MF and Syndra. Soraka's fine. Ahri, again, why? The only person who really, deserves a skin, I guess, would maybe be Soraka. Everyone else has good skins. MF, for Christ's sake, come on. You have Pool Party and Arcade. Ahri has, arcades and all this other shit. Come on. Syndra, maybe. You could argue for Syndra, too. Ezreal, hell no. He has good skins, right? Leave him alone. But they're all good skins. I like them. They're all good skins. And the new game mode, Invasion. I checked it out a little bit, and it actually seems pretty fun. I don't know about the longevity of it. I don't know if it'll last, but it looks cool. It's something new. And I'm always glad when Riot tries something new. Because if anything, they could just fucking shelf it and no one will care about it, just like Dominion. So if it's really that bad, they can just get rid of it. If not, they tried and they succeeded. Good. Match history will be updating. Oh yeah, this is also good. You can now check people's normal games with the same information as ranked games. Kind of. That's what I got from that. So that's good. Unranked match history is now publicly visible. Yeah, that's really good. And then a couple of bug fixes. Okay. Oh yeah, Neopack server. Riot wants to take your money, so they're gonna try and get you Neopack server. The original pack server skin will not be given away absolute or made available again. Yeah. So they're basically trying to get you to get more gemstones or open like the fucking packs they're gonna take out to get the skin. How long was this patch notes? This was 20 minutes, alright. So like the usual time for it. Anyway, that's the patch notes. Not really any AD changes besides Draven nerf, which I still think he needs more, and Ezreal buff, which I still think he needs more too. So I would rate this patch, with everything considered, Ornn being added, which gives an entire new like CC element, AD's not being changed enough, and all these other changes which are pretty whatever to people I don't play. Actually wasn't a lot, holy shit. I would have to rate this one 5 Mark Merrills out of 10. I think they need to do something drastic, man. I'm hoping since preseason is like really near, they're just gonna go nuts. Like they're gonna say, alright, ADs do 50 more base damage. Fucking mages regen mana and don't always need to build Lost Chapter now. And they do plus 100 base damage. Like, runes, I mean, they're already doing the runes nonsense. I hope they just don't change the runes. They need to change champions and shit too, but at that point it'll be a balancing mess. But I'm hoping preseason gets a little adventurous. Anyway, 5 Mark Merrills out of 10. This has been patch 7.17 notes. I am your host, Chris Allen, as always. And I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.